Blessed day, my dear grade 9 students. I'm Teacher Nelson, your Mathematics 9 teacher. So today, we will learn about direct variation. So please pay attention and note down necessary information. Before, you learned how to determine the equation of a quadratic function given the table of values. So in regards, we also had the graphing of points from the Cartesian plane. So today, we will learn a new topic which is direct variation. I hope you are all in a safe place while having this video presentation. Please get your module, notebook and ballpen because after a minute, we will have our discussion.
Tayo na't magbilang, ang mga bilang ay kaibigan. Mga numero ay huwag iwasan, buksan lamang ang ating isipan. Ang mathematics ay enjoy pag-aralan, sa ating buhay ito'y kailangan. Basta't gabay ni teacher ay ating sundan, mathematics ay gagaan. Ang mathematics ay gagaan.
Direct variation occurs when one quantity is equal to a constant times the other quantity. This can be expressed into mathematical statement or equation as y is equal to kx. So the constant variation or constant of proportionality, which is k from our equation, is given by the equation k is equal to y all over x. So we have two formulas that was mentioned a while back. So we have the formula for direct variation, which is y is equal to kx, and the formula for constant variation or constant of proportionality, which is k is equal to y all over x. Take note, class, that the formula for constant variation or constant of proportionality is derived from the general formula y is equal to kx. Y varies directly as x, y is directly proportional to x, and y is proportional to x are statements we use in reading our mathematical equation y is equal to kx. So basically, when you see y is equal to kx, we do not literally read it based from the symbols that we see. But actually in mathematics, we read them because there is a specific meaning based from the symbols that is provided from our equation. So like y is equal to kx, it actually means y varies directly as x, or y is directly proportional to x, or y is proportional to x. Okay, so to dive down deep about this direct variation, let us study the following statements translated into equation where k represents the constant of variation or constant of proportionality. So let's start first with item number 1. Okay, so for item number 1, a is directly proportional to b. So what do you think is the equivalent mathematical statement or mathematical equation of our English phrase? Okay, a is equal to kb. How about if we are looking for the constant of variation? We have k is equal to a all over b. So how did we get k is equal to a all over b as the value of our constant variation? So it is through dividing both sides of our general equation, which is a is equal to kb by b, in order to get the value of our k. So by dividing, so we can cancel out the value of b from our general equation, and we get the value k is equal to a all over b. Okay, so let's take item number 2. For item number 2, we have the circumference c of a circle varies directly as the length of its diameter. So what do you think is the equivalent mathematical equation of our problem? Okay, so we have c is equal to kb. How about the constant of variation or constant variation? We have K is equal to C all over D. Very good. And last, we have item number 3. So for item number 3, the cost C of fish varies directly as the number N of kilos both. So what do you think is the equivalent mathematical phrase of our problem? Yes. So C is equal to Kn. So how about our constant variation or constant of proportionality? Yes, K is equal to C all over N. Now let us use direct variation in solving word problems. So how do we do them? Or how do we solve this kind of problem? So let's take item number 1. Okay, so if y varies directly as x and y is equal to 48 when x is equal to 16. So find the constant variation and the equation. So from our problem, we have a set values of our x and y. So for y, it is equal to 48 and x is equal to 16. So how do we solve this one? So take note, we are looking for the constant of variation and the equation. So first, let's solve for the constant of variation. To find the constant of variation, the first thing we need to do is to translate our statement into its equivalent mathematical equation. So from the statement y varies directly as x, we get the equivalent mathematical equation, which is y is equal to kx. Now, the next thing we need to do is to substitute the given values wherein y is equal to 48 and x is equal to 16. So substitute those given values from to our formula or to our equation, derived equation y is equal to kx. So we have now the new equation 48 is equal to k multiplied by 16. So now is we are looking for the constant of variation. So we need to look for the value of k, not 16k or k16. So we need to divide both sides of the equation by 16 in order for us to get the value of k. So by dividing both sides by 16, then we get k is equal to 3. Or 3 is equal to k. So the value of our constant of variation is 3. And yes, so we are done with finding the constant variation. Now, let's find the equation. So how do you find this equation? So still, we need to translate our given statement, y varies directly as x, into its equivalent mathematical equation. So we have y is equal to kx. Now, the next thing we need to do is to substitute the constant of variation that we get from the first step that we did, then substitute it into the given formula or to our equation, y is equal to kx. So we have y is equal to 3x. So that is now our equation. Okay, as simple as that. How about if you try this problem, class? So if P varies directly as Q and P is equal to 25 when Q is equal to 5. So find the constant variation and the equation. So I will give you 5 minutes to do the task. I hope class you are done answering the problem. So what do you think is the answer to our problem? What is the value of our constant variation and what is our equation? Okay, so let's take first the value of our constant variation or constant of proportionality. What do you think, class? Very good. It's 5. So we have k is equal to 5 or the value of our constant variation is 5. How about our equation? Yes, it's P is equal to 5Q. Very good, class. You did it. Okay, so class, let's have a review of our lesson for today. So what is again the title of our lesson? Yes, it's direct variation. So what is again the symbol for our constant of proportionality? Very good, it's K. Now, what is the mathematical equation for y varies directly as x? Yes, it's y is equal to kx. Very good, class. For our next lesson, can you study on inverse variation and note down information that you can raise through our group chat. So God bless class and always be safe.